Um, the disability or ability element of the play is obviously very clear, although I must admit I found it quite hard to interpret if there was anything deeper going on, which I'm sure there is, but I struggled with it. There was certainly something about how, this is the disabled character has no legs right up to the waist, which is pretty severe disability, but his character is completely busy. He doesn't hold him back in any way in terms of his ability to be involved in the aspects of life that anybody else would be involved in. So that would seem to be something of a message that's going on over there. In Enter Achilles, there isn't, as far as at least a physical disability in any of the characters, and ability doesn't really seem to figure very much. The difference and stigma and things like that obviously figure in Enter Achilles, but none necessarily really surrounding ability. But I thought it was interesting the way they rendered the ability, insofar as, there's an early scene of him riding on a scooter with the main character, and it looks, how to put this, it looks like it could be making light of the disability, that this is like something fun you can do with a disabled person, like midget throwing sort of thing, which is not what they want to be doing. But in this, it's playful, and it's not discussed or even addressed in any way. It's just two people having a bond and having a moment of enjoyment, which mostly they seem to be having together. It obviously comes into more starker focus when he is kind of harassed by a cameraman who's just constantly asking him questions. I've seen it been described by that character being described in one review as a bigot, and others where it's just kind of him harassing, where I'd probably fall on the side of harassing rather than bigot, because most of the questions that the man is asking does seem to be questions of genuine intrigue that you might have about a disability, and ones I kind of asked in my head, a decent amount of them. Obviously the difference is that he's not asking them in a way that's in any way respectful, and obviously he's determining the interesting and valuable thing about that person to be his disability, without talking about anything to do with him as a person. So that was, that's an interesting look at ability, that to some it doesn't seem to figure like it is with the main character, with the two people enjoying themselves, who have found a way of getting around any hardship that the disability could confer, while with the cameraman, it can show that even, I think the way I saw it is, at least someone with relatively good intentions, or at least innocent ones, who was genuinely curious, can end up undermining somebody by sort of defining them alone by their disability, which I thought was interesting.